Hi, and welcome to Matcha with Murad, where I, Murad, talk to other creatives about their process, what drives them to make their art, and anything else we find interesting along the way. So join me here every week for a new and inspiring story, and sometimes a quick heart-to-heart from yours truly. You are listening to Matcha with Murad. Good morning, guys, and welcome to Matcha with Murad. I am just chilling in the basement again today, per usual. I don't have a matcha with me right now, but I just wanted to make a quick podcast about just kind of another thought that I've been having. And I'm kind of excited and nervous to do this one because it's something that rings true for me all the time. And that's just about being authentic and vulnerable. And for some reason, I am always challenged on this with my social media and with being an artist and having to brand yourself really for yourself, but also for other people. You have to be you're selling something at the end of the day, and that is kind of yourself. So I've always kind of been challenged by that. And I don't know what's happened recently, but I guess I'm just kind of over, excuse my language, but I'm just kind of over my own shit. And I don't want to feel inauthentic anymore. I don't want to feel like I'm being too nice to people or buttoned up or just not being myself. And sometimes I hear myself doing that kind of thing, like at work or on my podcast or in interviews. And it frustrates me because I just want to be myself. So that's what I want to talk about today. I was listening to something this week and it really made me realize some things. It was, you are worthy of expressing yourself. And I think that's what made me realize that is exactly what I'm scared of, is expressing myself. I feel for some reason like I'm not worthy of sharing the information or the talent or the skills that I've acquired over the years, which is crazy because that's what I've put money into that. I put time, I put blood, I've put tears. But for some reason, I still feel like I'm not worthy of it, which is like that imposter syndrome thing again. So I've been really resonating with that this week. And in any free time that I have, I sit there and I'm like, I am worthy of expressing myself. Just trying to make that idea solid in my mind of that is exactly what's been holding me back. And that's exactly what I need to believe, is that I really am worthy of it. So that's something I've been doing a lot this week, and it's been feeling really good. And then I even went into actually creating my own vision board this week. And if you haven't done this, I highly recommend it. It's just a really good exercise. And I even went as far as finding, what I usually do is use magazine clippings that I just come across, if my mom gives me 10 magazines or something. But the problem with that is you can't really curate it the way you really want to. So you can't really think about what you really, really want and then just expect it all to be in that magazine. So what I did was I went on Pinterest, which I love. Pinterest is the only platform that I just truly enjoy spending my time on. And I went through everything that I like. I went through houses, decorations, style, even body image, because I've been doing a lot of work with my body and I'm really being healthy about it, but I still like to have that on my board to remind myself of what I'm working towards. And then of course, a lot of music stuff, being in studio, performing, because performing is one of the biggest things I want to do in my life right now, is figure out how to perform and who I'm going to perform with and really solidify that side of me. And then I have, of course, my couples goals, which is just me and Dalen, which is sweet. And then I have travel. And of the part that I added this time was having visual affirmations. So I have the actual words on my vision board. And I'm going to add today, actually, I'm going to sketch it out and just be you are worthy of expressing yourself, because I love that thought. Why do we just assume we're not worthy? Why is that our initial reaction? And it goes back to what in my childhood told me I wasn't good enough? And if I ever have a kid, how will I make them really believe they're good enough for anything? Do we learn it from our parents? Do we learn it at school? Do we learn it just like through society, being a woman? I don't know where it comes from, but wherever that is coming from, I am doing so much work now to take those wires out of my brain, to disconnect them and stop having such limiting beliefs, because this week I've been really trying to pay attention to the way my brain is, like the little thoughts I have every day, just the little ones that sneak in every like 2 seconds, because your brain never stops working. It's always working. And I have noticed like all these little tiny limiting beliefs that pop in like every 2 seconds. It's crazy. It's like, well, how are you going to look if you do that? Can you do this? Can you pull that off? Can you actually achieve this? Or like, it's just like these little tiny limiting thoughts. And the biggest one being that I feel unworthy. So yeah, that's all the work I'm doing this week, and it's been feeling really good. And really, like, I feel like I'm already just even knowing and paying attention to those thoughts, I feel like I'm already kind of like fixing them, bringing them all around. And I guess just what it comes down to is like your authenticity as an artist, and getting into the routine of being authentic and catching yourself when you're not is huge as an artist, because let's be honest, nobody wants a watered down, like nice version of you, especially if your job is to create and to be different and to make people think and to make people live outside of the box. Like your job is not to be like, wow, that's crazy. Like I hear myself doing that stuff all the time, and it's so frustrating. So that is just a thought as an artist today, is like, are you living as authentically as you are, like your true self? Are you being your true self on a daily basis, or are you watering yourself down for other people, for like the environment that you're in, or because you're worried that you're not worthy enough to be just you and however you speak and talk and act? Like, fuck, I just want to be myself. I don't want to, I'm such an introvert that I can tell when I am just exerting myself for no reason. And I'm getting, just by noticing it, I'm getting so much better at like taking it down a notch. I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to, I guess, like entertain you. I can just be here, and we can be silent if we want to. So that, I just wanted to do a quick podcast this week. I've noticed I'm new at this, right? And it's hard for me to be vulnerable. It's hard for me to be myself. And I noticed that I ramble. So I want to just get to the point a little bit faster with these, just make it a quick little, like, I don't know, pep talk with your friend, like that you have in the morning. And yeah, I hope you guys are just being authentic this week and just really pushing yourselves to be connected with yourself before anyone else. Like, it's so important to connect with other people. And I'm going to do a whole other talk about that actually, but make sure you're connected with yourself first, and you're not giving away pieces of yourself, your energy, your time, your emotions to make other people comfortable. Because at the end of the day, that's not going to get you anywhere. They're not going to respect you anymore for it. And you're going to lose a piece of yourself for a while. So definitely think about that this week. Notice what your little thoughts are, just the little ones that get you, because they add up every day. And try to reconnect again and find new values. So I hope you guys have a really good week. I'm going to try to be so much more just blunt and to the point in these and be myself. And I really hope you guys are here for that journey. So yeah, have a great week. I'll see you next week. And it was fun as usual. Bye, guys. As always, thanks for listening to Matcha with Murad. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, subscribe, review, or share this with your friends. Again, thanks for listening, and talk to you guys next week.